Hello, it's Jo here from Shalem Health Retreat. Who likes chia pudding? I have to put my hand up. I love chia pudding. And today's recipe is from our amazing cook down at Shalem Health Retreat, Nicole, where a lot of the recipes that we have on our YouTube channel come from. Nicole has perfected the art of chia pudding in this recipe. And it's called Carob Choc Chia Pudding. It's just one of the chia puddings that we serve down at Shalem, but I have to say that this one is my absolute favourite. So let's get into it. What do we have in our chia pudding? The first thing we want to add is a 270 gram can tin or mil, 270 ml tin of coconut cream. I use the light, so we're just going to pop that into the Thermomix. This recipe works really well if you've got a blender or equally a food processor. So any one of those appliances you can use to make this recipe. So coconut cream goes in first. Next we're going to add 1.5 cups of soy milk. So you could use almond milk, you could use oat milk. We recommend non-dairy milks because they don't have the cholesterol, they don't have the saturated fat, and they don't have the casein in them, which is the cow's protein, casein that comes out through the milk. And these things, particularly the casein, is very difficult on the gut to digest. And as my mentor has always told me, and I agree with him, that cow's milk is for baby cows. All right, so we want 1.5 cups of non-dairy milk of your choice. I'm using soy milk. Next, to sweeten this, we want some dates. So 1/2 cup of dates. Make sure they're pitted dates, and that's going to give it a beautiful sweetness, a beautiful flavour. And great dates are a whole food, so you're not getting those refined sweeteners. Next, we're going to use carob powder. Carob powder is a fantastic replacement for cocoa or cacao. No caffeine in carob, and it's packed full of B vitamins, plenty of fibre. It has a beautiful, rich, chocolatey flavour. And if you haven't been used to using carob, I would really encourage you to try it, because in this recipe with all these other ingredients, it might be a good one for you to start with, because some people, you know, at first when they try carob, they're not too keen on the flavour, but I really would recommend that you give carob a go and see how you like it, and I'm sure that you will, especially in this recipe. So we want 1/3 cup of carob powder, and I get my carob powder from Honest to Goodness. You can pick it up from health food stores. Some Asian shops may have it, but the one that I get from Honest to Goodness, the quality is very, very good, and it really is very economical, particularly carob. It can be quite expensive when you buy it in the health food stores in those small packets, but if you get a decent amount, then it works out to be very, very economical from Honest to Goodness. Next, we're going to use, to give it a bit of a coffee flavour, if you like, this product called Caro. Now, Caro is a coffee replacement. It's made from barley, so it's a cereal beverage. And again, it doesn't have the caffeine content. We really want to be avoiding caffeine. It's toxic to our brain. It really does interfere with our neurotransmitters and that messaging system from within the brain that God has amazingly given us. And so, yeah, we want to make sure that where at all possible, we can use other things to replace caffeine in our cooking as well as in what we drink. So this is one of those drinks. If you're looking to come off caffeine or reduce your caffeine amount, then check this out, Caro. You can find it in the supermarkets. Another one would be Nature's Cuppa, is another cereal beverage, and I'm not sure if the shops still stock it, but there used to be one called Echo, and again, that's another cereal beverage, completely caffeine free, and is a really good replacement if you're wanting to come off the caffeine. So we want to add a tablespoon of Caro, And finally, just to give it a bit of dash of extra sweetener, we're going to have 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Now, this recipe, as delicious as it is fairly calorie dense. So, you know, it's not something we're going to have every day. For special occasions, if you want to impress your friends, as you'll see when I plate it up, it does look amazing when you serve it. But yeah, with the coconut cream, the maple syrup, and those sorts of ingredients, you know, as much as we like to enjoy these sorts of foods, it wouldn't be an everyday food. So just bear that in mind. So we're going to whiz that all up now. Okay, well, we've just whizzed up our ingredients, the wet mix for our chia pudding. And it looks and smells amazing. Look at all that beautiful chocolatey colouring. And we're just going to pop that in our bowl, which I've put 1/2 cup of chia seeds in our bowl. Black chia seeds, white chia seeds, it doesn't really matter. There's no difference in terms of nutrient content or the way that the chia acts in this pudding. So either one, whatever you have got to hand. And we're just going to pop all of that in there like so. Now, the trick with making a chia pudding is that once you've got the wet mix into the chia, you want to be stirring it every few minutes to make sure that those chia seeds don't sink to the bottom of the bowl. You want them evenly distributed throughout the mixture. So you just want to give it a good stir to start with. And then every couple of minutes, just come back and give it another stir. And that'll make sure that those chia seeds remain evenly distributed. It'll probably take about 20 minutes by the time all of that liquid the chia has absorbed all of that liquid. And it might look a bit runny now, but it will certainly thicken up, especially if you pop it in the fridge overnight. It will get even thicker. So now chia, of course, is fantastic for the brain. It's full of omega-3s, as well as many other powerful nutrients that our body needs. And of course, omega-3 is one of those. Tryptophan is another one found in the chia seeds, and tryptophan is a fantastic nutrient that our body actually needs to make serotonin. Serotonin, we all know, is our happy hormone. So, yeah, make sure you include chia seeds in your diet on a daily basis. If you have a look at our YouTube channel, you'll see a recipe called Breakfast Topper. And I have that on my breakfast every day. It's just a combination of nuts and seeds, and it's got chia seeds in that. So, yeah, check that video out, and I'm sure you'll love that as well. All right, we're going to set that aside, and then I will come back once it's thickened up and I'll show you how I serve it. Well, our Carob Choc Chia Pudding has thickened up very nicely, as you can see. All of that liquid has been absorbed by the chia seeds, and I'm going to show you now how I serve this. So just take a glass and just pop some of the chia pudding into the glass, and then halfway through I just want to add some sliced banana. That's going to make it look sensational, but also give it a beautiful creamy banana-y flavour. And then I just want to top it up with a little bit more chia pudding. And then to finish with, we're going to have some raspberries, fresh blueberries. You can use whatever fruit that you like, whatever fruit's in season. But yeah, your friends are going to be very impressed with this, not just the look of it, but the taste. And just garnish with a little bit of chopped nuts there. I'm just using Brazil nuts, but whatever nuts you have in your kitchen cupboard. So there we go, our Carob Choc Chia Pudding that's bursting with flavour, with goodness, and I can tell you it tastes amazing. Give it a go.